It's Wednesday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on Wednesday, day 401 in a row. We are on our way towards 500 days, and we start from 401. My buddy Dave is on. Brother, I'm sorry I wasn't able to stick down today and see you. I was hoping to come down and see you in Carrington. Tomorrow, though, we're going down to drop off another beat seat, and I'm hoping that the timing works out and we'll have a chance to see you. What's going to be cool about that is actually tomorrow Laura is going to be with me, so I'm hoping that tomorrow's the better day anyway, and she really wants to meet you in Carrington, so hopefully that works out. I'll touch base with you after the show for sure, but I'm always glad to see Dave on. Dave's got such a great spirit. You know, I like to connect with people who make me feel great. I feel like that's what life is about, is to try to find those individuals and draw them closer to you. Because those are the ones who give you the warmth and the light you're looking for. And whenever you find the ones that are pulling you away from that, that's when you run. Just go. Follow your intuition. It's telling you. You just have to be aware. You have to pay attention to it. And sometimes it's a little push, and that's enough. You just have to be aware. So anyway, I'm with you. This isn't going to be a very long Real Talk today because I have an appointment to get to. So I have to be out of here in about 45 minutes. So I say long, it's still going to be 45 minutes, guys. And we're going to be rocking out on that beautiful thing right there. Little beat seat action for you on the Sunburst beat seat. I'm so excited to play that thing for you. You know, in fact, I think I just need to warm up a little. I'm feeling like playing that thing. Give me a second to this here. I'm playing to Something to Live For. Give me a second. That beat seat. There's something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. Guys, one of the best songs I've ever written right here. And we're going to listen to Matt Zabrowski scream it out in about 13 seconds. There's something to live for. That's right. Zabrowski. There's something to live for. Don't ever forget that. Whenever things get tough, whenever you think you're up against it, there's no tomorrow. There is something to live for. Yeah, life is not easy. Life is extremely difficult. But there's always something to live for. You've got to drive for it. Sometimes it's about just having gratitude for the things you have. And stop thinking about the things you don't have, the things you want, that you yearn for. Don't think about that. Just look at what is close to you, what you have that makes you feel great already, and have gratitude for it. We're a society that's always reaching for more. We're always reaching to find something that we don't have. I need that. No, you really don't. What you need is a good smile from someone you care about. What you need is for someone you do care about to tell you that they care about you. That's what matters. Not stuff. Not material items. You know, today I drove down to New York City to drop off a beat seat. Down at NYU is a children's hospital down at NYU. And they purchased a beat seat. They want to start incorporating it into their music therapy. Now, I'm thrilled. That's one more facility in the United States, in the world, that recognizes the beat seat as something unique, something that they can get a benefit out of, that their patients can get a benefit out of. And, you know, Real Talk is here to affect a positive change, one person at a time. The beat seat is the same, invented by the guy who's trying to affect a positive change, one person at a time. My product is here to affect a positive change, one person at a time. I only know how to put that energy out there. So when I'm creating, it's the same energy. I created that for something completely different. And no matter what I tried to create it for, the back end is that it's to affect a positive change. It's to bring more to the user than they have currently. And we should all be trying to find things like that. Strout, what's going on, my brother? Thanks so much for coming on. If you guys are on Insta, head over to YouTube, subscribe and ding the bell over there. It's where the show goes. It sounds great. It looks great. And subscribers are starting to tune in over there, which is awesome. I'm loving the YouTube format. So I'm taking these little clips. I'll pop them up there afterwards. Like I've been doing all of these face swap things. And I didn't get a chance to upload one for today, although I did drop one on my other channel. And I just thought that last night. Hey, I got to talk about something. This is not a politics show for 401 days. But today I'm breaking the mold, okay? Day 401, I'm talking about politics today. And if you don't like what I have to say, just tune out, all right? And I don't know anything, because here's the very interesting thing. For 400 days, I did not watch the NegaTube. For 400 days, I did not listen to anything because it was all negative. But last night, I just happened to, and my wife thought it was very interesting, that I had an interest in listening to the State of the Union. Because for 401 days, I have specifically shut off the TV. And if politics are on, I walk away, I get the heck out of there. But last night, I said, you know what? I want to hear the State of the Union. I just want to see where we are. Who watched this last night with me? Who watched this? First of all, what I saw was, I'm blown away by what I saw. Okay, now tell me, first of all, someone tell me if what I heard was the actual facts. When detail was laid out last night, this is what I saw. Someone who hasn't watched politics in 401 days. I watched 400 days. Last night I watched for the first time. I saw statements being made about things that have been done since this president has been in office. A lot of them, the statements that were made, were all about America doing great. They're about low-income earners actually earning now. There are about 7 million people that were on welfare and food stamps have gotten out of welfare, and they're now earning an actual living, and they're owning homes and all these things. And I don't understand, as a guy who hasn't been watching for 401 days, how not everybody in the room was standing applauding at such a fact. Lowest in unemployment in history? Not one person stands up to say that's great? Billions of dollars being influxed into inner cities so people can actually thrive now instead of just continuing to keep them down. And every person on the right side of the room pretends that they're sitting there like this. Now, if you are in office, and the reason you are in office is because you're supposed to be caring about the American people, and everything I heard last night was America, 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 we're doing great. Everybody who is poor is not poor. The people at the lowest are making 3 times as much money as they were, and the top 1% are making a little more, not 3 times as much. Nobody applauds. There was this one scene where this gentleman he lost his family. He's on drugs, loses his family, lost his job. He's homeless. And since this revitalization or whatever they're doing, he has his family back. He has a job. He's a foreman, and he is drug-free. Maybe there was a little bit of applause on that one. But what kind of country do we live in where you can't even say, yeah, you know what, this is great. Yeah, I don't like you, but you have done some pretty cool things for our country. Now, I'm sitting back, guys, because I haven't paid attention at all. But if what was said last night is factual, and this entire half of the country is trying to lambaste somebody who's been just literally building up our country for 3 years to the point where all of that stuff is true, then I'm ashamed of all the rest of the people in that room that are pretending that it's about something else. It's not about anything else. And then I realized it's the same thing they were talking about when they found out he won. Oh, we got to get him out of office. I realized it's all these people, no matter what. I heard someone say something once. Trump could find a cure for cancer. And the other side would say, yeah, but it wasn't the right type of cancer. Like, what kind of country do I live in? Where the things that have been accomplished in the last couple of years are completely ignored by half the room. And they pretend they didn't even, I was hearing things. I'm like, everybody's going to get up and applaud to that. Nope. Let's just pretend it's about Ukraine or whatever. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Hey, patience. And when I hear stuff like, oh, well, you can't try to get favors. Look, every president talks to people from other nations and they have conversations like that. If anybody doesn't remember the conversation Obama had with the president of whoever, and he said, well, after my next election, I'll have a lot more freedom to do things. Is that not the same thing? But no. It was Obama. It's fine with Obama. It's just not fine with this president. I have a problem with it all, guys. If it's okay for one, it's okay for them, okay? You can't go and say, oh, I was okay with the last guy because he was a Democrat, but now this guy's not, so I'm going to do whatever I can to get him out of office. I don't get it. Like I said, if last night all I heard was, I'm the greatest president of all time, and all I do is pee gold. No, none of that was said. America. The poor are doing well. Everyone has jobs. Nobody applauds to that? If your true nature as a politician is to see people thrive, and you heard last night that people are thriving, and you still pretend, oh, this guy's horrible. What an evil person. His agenda's been America. I'm looking back. Last night I'm listening because I haven't watched in 400 days, guys. Every single thing he said when he was on the trail, he did. What is going on? Am I really living in a twilight zone? Everyone's pretending about something else. America first. It's true. Why would you live in a country and then you care about all the other countries before you think about yourself? You don't want to protect your borders. All the stuff that's being done, it needs to be done to protect our nation. And then on top of that, the beautiful things that are happening with inner cities. With people who, for generations, have always been against the 8 ball. Finally, they're finding a way towards the light. Nope. Let's ignore all of that. Let's talk about Ukraine. Ooh. Wow. Today, I just said it. 400 days, I've never talked about politics, and today I'm doing it. It's day 401, and I saw the State of the Union last night, and I gotta say, I don't watch for 400 days. So someone fact check what was said last night by President Trump. Fact check every single fact that he put out there and tell me what was not true. And if there wasn't anything true, then I want to talk about it. But if all of the things he said are true, then what the hell is going on with the rest of this country? Lowest unemployment in history. Lowest black unemployment, China, everything. Down the line, it's unbelievable. Hispanic, down the line, lowest unemployment in history. And everybody pretends it's not going on. Everyone pretends it's about Ukraine. And this is from the guy who doesn't talk politics, doesn't watch politics. I saw something for the first time in 400 days last night, and I was blown away by what has been accomplished since 2016, since I shut off the NegaTube. What has been accomplished? I hear a lot of the other noise, guys. All I've heard is noise. All I've heard is lies for the last 3 years. Last night, I think I heard the truth of what is actually going on behind the scenes. The work that's being done. How can you explain lowest unemployment in history? How can you explain companies coming back to our country? You can't say it's about anything else than what it is for. And everybody wants to get the guy out. Everybody wants to impeach him. I don't get it. You finally have a businessman in office who's treating this country like a business. I heard that last night. Now look, like I said, get mad at me all you want. I haven't watched politics for 400 days. I'm giving you the straight up, level opinion here. from a guy who hasn't seen anything for 400 days except for crap. The negativity from the NegaTube that comes at you is just all fake, guys. You got two different news sources pitching an agenda. Just listen to what has been done. That's what I heard last night. I wanted to hear, what has this guy done? I haven't watched politics in 400 days. Let me see what this president has done for this nation. I went in there yesterday as a guy who doesn't care about Republican or Democrat. I want my country to do well. When did it change? When did it become about something else and not about our country doing well? When did it become about anything but that? Oh, that's right. As soon as politicians get involved, and then it's about their paycheck. You know, I keep thinking about something that was said way back. Remember when Trump used to go around and say, I'm going to drain the swamp. We're going to drain it. I'm going to drain the swamp. Well, let me ask you what happens when you go and you make a statement like that. You're going to go drain the swamp. What happens if that guy gets into office? Well, everybody who doesn't want to be drained out of the swamp is going to do everything they can to get that guy out of office before he drains the swamp. Now, I'll tell you something I saw last night. Again, this is I'm outside looking in, guys. I remember a lot of things that politicians say. Very rarely do they do any of the things they say. Any of them. Not even one. They'll completely campaign on something and then completely ignore it once they're in office. So look, I know that's the political shade. Oh, we're going to get in and then we'll have our own agenda. Well, here's a guy, again, 400 days later, I tune in for the first time to hear a State of the Union address, and all I hear is, bam, America, bam, America, bam, America. And I'm saying, what is this lady doing behind him going, what was with her? I don't even know. Who is that? Is that Pelosi? That's Pelosi back there? What's with that lady? Was she having a stroke? I'm saying to myself, what is going on with this situation here? Because I'm hearing America is doing great. Lowest unemployment ever. Everybody has jobs. People are off food stamps. Oh, let's not applaud that. Let's applaud more food stamps. Let's applaud them taking more money out of our pockets to pay for food stamps. That's the Democrat agenda, apparently, because nobody applauded when they heard 7 million people came off of food stamps. How do you not applaud to that? I'm ashamed of every person in that room who didn't stand up when America was being spoken about so proudly and the accomplishments are taking place. Oh, I'm going to sit there and go like this when I hear that Hispanic unemployment's at the lowest in history. Black unemployment's at the lowest in history. I'm going to sit here like this because I don't like that. I don't like that unemployment's at lowest at history because that threatens my job as politician. These people are appalling. Every single thing that was America-based last night, that was about how great America is doing, how the low-income people are doing, and that wasn't applauded on, those people should just be in a room by themselves. They don't understand what life is about. How do you call yourself like a politician, congressman, a senator? You're going to sit there and just let something like that go over your shoulders, over your head. And I can't stand this bipartisan crap, guys. The next time around, it's a Democrat. Oh, the Republicans sit there. If I saw Republicans sitting there and a Democratic president saying, we have the lowest unemployment rate in history, and I saw Republicans sitting there, I'd be saying the same thing to you guys. It's appalling. It's un-American. You're there for us. We elected you in office. You find out that something positive is going on for your people, for your constituents, and you're going to sit there like this because the guy who did it, you don't like the guy who did it? The accomplishment is there. Forget about the face and the head on that body. 4 years go by. He's not there. 4 more years, whatever. He's not there. There's a next generation. There are more presidents. It's appalling the way we have acted since 2016 as a country. And you know what? I didn't talk politics for so long because I don't want people to tune off to Real Talk because of a political perspective, okay? But you know what? I watched something that I thought was pretty amazing last night. A guy who'd never seen anything for 400 days, and then to see what has actually been going on. Because I don't hear any of that on the news. You know what I hear? Trump, he texted someone today and he said that they looked really fat. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, Trump yelled at a reporter. Oh, let's talk about that for 4 days. I got to tell you something. If you put yourself into this guy's shoes, since the day he got in office, this entire country, the 54%, whatever it is, has been just eating away at him every single day, all day long. Now imagine yourself in those shoes for a second and you're constantly defending. I'm pretty sure after a little while you're going to start throwing jabs. I'm pretty sure when you see that people are continuing that agenda, no matter what you do, no matter when you get the unemployment rate at the lowest in history, the economy is the highest it's ever been, and they're still doing it, I think I'd probably start jabbing back too. Like I've seen some really funny bits. That's a really stupid question, but I watch you and you ask a lot of stupid questions. Like that was a funny thing, lambasted. But you know what? If I was getting abused on a daily basis, I would start to fight back too. And the crazy thing, I keep telling everybody, let people do their jobs. What is going on in this world? Nobody lets anybody do their job. You got another guy in a couple of months, maybe not. Maybe you got 4 more years with this guy. I don't know. But the point is, let someone do their job. At the end of the 4 years, you figure out who's next and you take the baton and you move forward. But the idea that we're creating roadblocks for a president instead of letting him just do his job is crazy to me. Like I said, somebody please fact check, because I didn't know anything about this last night. I tuned in for the first time in 401 days, and what I heard was America's doing great. America, America, America. And I saw half of the room sit there pissed off. And I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. Someone explain to me how you could sit there pissed off when you hear that black unemployment's at the lowest in history and 7 million people came off of food stamps in the last 3 years. How do you be pissed at that information? Unless you want people to continue to struggle. Unless the Democratic Party really doesn't want people to do well. That's the only thing I took away from last night, because I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm a guy who hasn't watched politics for 400 days, and I saw amazing things that are said that are being done for low-income earners, for inner cities. And every single person who should be applauding that, the Democratic Party, who's always pulled those people in, gotten the votes from those people, sat there like this. I wonder if they were thinking to themselves, well, geez, this threatens our vote. This guy's actually doing something for these people. We never do. We always say we will, and then we ignore them as soon as we're in office. Am I making something? Is that fake news did I just make it? No. What I said is probably the only fact about politics, is that politicians push an agenda to get into office, and then they change their mind the moment they're in. Nope, now we're going to do this. We got in. All I needed to do was get all those votes. I needed to go into the inner cities and tell them that I got their back, that we're going to go and work on something. We're going to go and tell them we're going to try to bring some money into the inner cities for them. We'll just let them know that we're working on it. Look, we're the Democrats. So, we got our eyes and our back. We're backing you up. We're concerned about you guys, the small guy. Well, I heard last night that the small guy, it does have somebody looking out for him. This is the first president, apparently, that's been looking out for the small guy. Everybody else says they want to look out for the small guy. They run on that ticket, and then they get in office, and they completely ignore the small guy for 4 or 8 years. Guys, if there's one politics show you should tune into, it's this one, because I'm not politics. 400 days in a row, I have not talked about politics. I've not watched politics. But what I heard last night was a president who laid out just... Again, are these facts? Cross, what's up, my brother? Tell me, was everything that was said last night by the president a fact? I haven't seen any, these things were not true. Because seriously, just that information alone, the amount of people off of food stamps, inner cities getting $250 billion, I think it was. This is massive stuff that no one's talking about. And I realized, while I was watching this, I started getting amped. I was like, oh my goodness, that's going on? People have jobs? America first? Protection? Caring about people? Holy cow, wait a second. I don't hear any of that for the last 400 days. All I've been hearing is, did you see his hair? It's the world we live in. If you don't like someone, just continue to go after them until they lose their mind. Continue to go after them until they snap back and say, yeah, that's a really stupid question. But you ask a lot of dumb questions. I watch you all the time, and you ask very dumb questions. Like, I'm going to attack back too. Eventually, I will fight back. I can only take it so much. I can only take so much before I just kind of octopus style, just elbows coming out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, guys. Like I said, can someone please, Eric, someone come on here and let me know. Was what was said last night fact? That's all I want to know. And I don't want to hear from a Democrat. I don't want to hear from a Republican. I want to hear from somebody who knows the facts. Somebody like me who hasn't been paying attention to the politics because they think it's ridiculous. I heard some stuff last night, and I just want to find out if it's all true, because if it is, then every single person that's trying to get this president out of office should go jump off a ship. Because if all the things that are really said to have been done are really going on, this country is doing ridiculous right now, guys. And people that were never cared for before are being looked after. I remember talking about a few things. I said Mike Bloomberg would be a great president. And I thought, and again, I haven't watched, I don't know. What I hear from one side is that he's the worst president ever, but if what he said last night is true, what I said before may be actually true. I made a statement to my wife right back in the beginning. This is when he was first running. And I was like, hey, Bulldogs. And I said, holy cow, this guy's running for president. I said, you know what? He's such a hard worker. I could see in like 30 years, people look back and be like, he was one of the greatest presidents ever. This was before all the craziness, guys. I remember just telling my wife that. I was like, geez, really? He's running for president? And I'd say stuff like, why would a billionaire give up 4 years of his life and focus on a country and focus on trying to get our country back on track? That's somebody who really cares, I think. It's not just like a megalomaniac type of thing. I think that person would really want to help. This is my perspective. This is why Mike Bloomberg is running. He's trying to get Trump out of office, but Mike Bloomberg would be an amazing president because he's got a business mind. We've had president after president that don't think with a business mind, and they give away our money, and then it comes out of our pockets. Finally, we're seeing, income taxes lower. You got companies coming back to the states, and unemployment at the lowest in history, in recorded history. Nope. Get him out of office! This is an upheaval! I can't believe this! Oh! I expected everything to be like, yeah, we're doing horrible. We're doing horrible. We have the highest unemployment rate in history. Black unemployment's at the highest in history. Spanish unemployment, highest in history. And companies are leaving the states. And our economy's the lowest it's ever been. Everything was the complete opposite of that. Greatest ever, greatest ever, greatest ever. America, greatest America, America. Nope. Let's get him out. Bulldogs, thanks. Listen, this is my first time talking politics in 400 days, 401 days. But I finally feel like I have to say something, guys. And look, like I said, like it or not, I am the straight up, flat opinion here. I don't have a bias. I'm not biased in to any side. I don't like either side. I think everybody's got an agenda, and it's not about the American people. Until what I heard last night was that it's all about the American people with this president. Now tell me, is that true? I'm still asking for somebody to shoot me a little fact check here on the side. Let me know. What was said last night, was it true or not? Is it America first? Has it been America first? Have all of those things happened in the last 3 years? Because if they have, and you're still trying to get the guy out of office, then it's you that is the problem. I remember when we finished up this last 8 years, I remember saying, we need to change. We need to change. Real estate has been so bad. That previous, Obama administration did nothing for my real estate market. I remember specifically thinking and talking about this. I was like, this is the worst real estate market. There's no immediacy. The stock market's whatever. Rates are whatever, but no one's doing anything. And it was just such a sludgy time. So sludgy. Ugh. Last 3 years have been, if anything, it's just been chaotic. I think we're at an all-time high as far as negativity. People hate each other at an all-time high. It's ridiculous. I think it's always been there are people who like a president and people who don't, but the amount of hatred and animosity towards this president, never been. This is the highest level ever. And to hear last night that we are also at highest levels in certain areas, like highest level of unemployment in history for all races. I think they said, what was it, that the low income earners are making 3 times what they were under the previous administration? Is that a fact? Can someone tell me if that's a fact and everybody's sitting on that side of the room still going like this when they hear that the people that have voted for them year in and year out are finally getting some support. They're finally making money and they sit there like this. What the hell is going on with those people? Everything that was said last night was so America-based, pro-America. Every person in the room should have been standing for each one of those details. Lowest unemployment in history. The entire room erupts. Lowest black unemployment in history. The entire room erupts. No, just half the room. Now, I find it interesting. I heard this on a recent clip. Somebody who really supports that other side said, President Trump received something like 5% of the vote from the African American community. 5%. Why does he care so much about people who don't even vote for him? And then this guy said it's because he cares. It's the first president, and this guy happened to be African American. He's the first president. He said Obama forgot about us completely. It's the first president that's thinking about our communities. And this guy was talking, watching us, and saying, holy cow. He's saying how well he's doing all of a sudden. He didn't have that. Now all of a sudden, the opportunity is there. The opportunity to thrive. His family, his friends, they're doing well. And what I heard was an echo. I start seeing other things, other people who are like, we're the silent majority. Like, what the hell is that? Like, we are the people that we're not supposed to be smart. We're supposed to just do what they tell us to do. But we have a mind. We have a brain. We can see what's going on. And we can see when our community is actually being cared for. And when people come in and they say, hey, I'm here to help you guys. And then they disappear the moment they get in office. And that has happened every 2 and every 4 years since the beginning. How many true politicians do what they say and say what they do? Because if last night, again, fact check me, somebody let me know, was what was said last night really true? Because if it was, that is the first time I've ever heard somebody do what they say they were going to do. It's the first time ever. I've never seen a politician said, I'm going to build a wall. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to build the economy up, and we're going to get the tax rates down for businesses, and we're going to do this. We're going to get health reform. You know, my wife brought up something. She said, health insurance is still very expensive, but it's like $1,000 less per month than it was with Obama. $1,000 less each month than it was with Obama. How could Obamacare was there to help us pay less? I was paying $1,000 more every single month. I didn't even realize that until last night. When they talked about the reform, I started thinking, and she said, we're paying like $16, or she was like, it used to be like $2,700 a month with Obama. I got 3 kids, a family. It's insane. Nope. Let's forget about all the good guys. Ukraine. Ooh. What the hell does that have to do with anything? And like I said, I could find you video of every president who's had a conversation with a foreign dignitary and said stuff like, I just got to get through my next election, and then I'll have a lot more freedom. That's what Obama said with the president of whoever. Every president has those conversations. It doesn't matter. What matters is what are they doing for the country? And like I said, last night I saw some ridiculous stuff that has happened for this country. Michael, my brother. And if it's true, then it's crazy. Okay, Jeff's saying that I heard lies. Wow, okay, Jeff said it was literally hundreds of lies and that he inherited a great economy from Obama. That's not true. I'm telling you that's not true because the economy was crap when he left office. And I only know that because I've been pushing a real estate business for 13 years. So that is not true, I got to tell you, Jeff. It was a terrible economy when he left. And I still, like I said, is the stuff about the lowest unemployment, is that true? And is it true that there were 10 million people on food stamps and now there are only 3 million? Because if that's true, that's a huge deal that should have been applauded. And that's why I feel like I'm just like on the outside. I'm sitting here saying, I don't know what's true, guys, but I've heard a lot of lies for the last 3 years thrown at this side. And then I hear this side saying what they've done, and it sounded like some pretty amazing things. So maybe I've been off base on this entire Real Talk. I don't know, but I'm just going off of what I heard last night. And maybe this is true politics where he was just positioning and saying stuff he hasn't done. But it sounded like he was telling us the stuff he said on the campaign trail has been accomplished, is what it sounded like to me. And like I said, I want to know if that's the truth. Somebody shoot me a DM with a full fact check on last night's State of the Union address, and I would love to be proved wrong, or at least for someone to tell me what was right and what was not. Let's get to the news. So did you guys hear about this? Behind McMillions. The thrilling new series exploring the stranger-than-fiction McDonald's Monopoly scam. It was a scam, guys! If you played McDonald's mega-popular Monopoly game in the 1990s that offered spoils like new cars, vacations, and even a grand prize of $1 million, turns out you never really had a chance. At least the big-ticket items and prizes, anyway. Maybe you'd peel off a game piece and you earned a free order of French fries or a Big Mac. But for the most part, the scam, $25,000 and above, you had no chance of winning. Says James Lee Hernandez, co-director of McMillions. It's a 6-part HBO series produced by Mark Wahlberg that digs into the wild scam behind the famed promotion, one involving FBI stings, mobsters, drugs, and naturally, Ronald McDonald. No one really had a chance, and I think that's one of the reasons why we are so captivated and why so many people are captivated by the story. Let's see what else we got here. It was a simple headline about the fraud that captured the attention in 2012. It was just a really small local Jacksonville news blurb, and let's see what it said. Well, I guess basically, bottom line is nobody had a chance, guys, to win that. It's the bottom line. No chance. Let me go back, because I got to get going in a few minutes here. I really pushed through my time today. Did I do this right? There we go. So check this out, guys. This is kind of crazy. One man swam under the Antarctic ice shelf to highlight climate change. Let me see if I can interact with this for you. Where are you? Let me interact with you. All right. So let me get into this. This is what he's looking like. Check this out. This is in the Antarctic waters. Okay. Endurance swimmer Lewis Puig. Let's call him Puig. Endurance swimmer Lewis Puig submerged himself in the freezing waters of Antarctica and swam underneath the ice sheet. A feat, he says, he was only able to accomplish because of climate change. Puig, 50, is known for raising awareness for climate change by undertaking daring swims in Arctic waters. But on January 23rd, he took it one step further and became the first person to swim in a subglacier, a lake formed by ice melting on top of a glacier. It's kind of sick. Swimming under the Antarctic ice sheet is the most beautiful and terrifying swim I've ever done, told us on the way through a tunnel of blue water accented by icy spikes. That's kind of crazy. Every shade of blue and then nearly complete darkness. Midway, I heard an almighty boom above me, and I thought my time had come. Luckily, it was just the ice shifting. Puig told CNN that he shouldn't have been able to swim in such an environment. But due to cracks in the glacier, it was possible. He also told the network his motivation for the chilly swim came from a September 2019 study, which found more than 65,000 supraglacial lakes on East Antarctica's ice sheet. Alongside an Instagram photo showing a bird's eye view of a stunningly blue water snaking through snow and ice, Puig wrote, "I swam here in East Antarctica to bring you this message. Having witnessed the rapid melting in this region, I have no doubt whatsoever that we are facing a climate emergency." So check that story out, guys. We are facing a climate emergency. Completely insane. Head over to teespring.com and pick up your Real Talk t-shirts. You can get them. There's lots of them. I'm going to be putting out more, but right now we have about 5 or 6 different quotes up there. And let's get some beat seat action going because I got to leave in about 5 minutes. Let's see what we got. All righty. So let's play a little something for you, and then I'm going to call it a day. She slowly hesitates and then turns away. She's got complaints, try and stay the same. I don't know why I can't see you. She's lower than the earth can go, and she's looking for a way back home, but I can't find her. Let your worries go away. Let your worries go away. Let your worries go away. Let your worries go. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I got to head out. I will see you tomorrow on the next Real Talk. Make sure you tune in, day 402. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.